Alright, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue with our San Jose Sharks GM mode commentary. We're going to get the Year 1 simulation started in this video. We have a few more things that we have to change about our team, but for the most part, the San Jose Sharks are ready to take on the rest of the NHL in Year 1. The last video, we made some big trades, alright? Acquiring Kevin Shattenkirk for our defensive core back here, right there, alright? Vlasic we already had, and the other offensive signing that we made was Chad LaRose. We were thinking about getting that second line winger and then put Hurdle on the third line, but you know what, for the most part, we can put Hurdle on the second line wing. We're good enough with our top five, and now our depth is a lot better, a lot younger, and also doesn't have like the Raffi Torres and, well, not Burrows, but Burrish's type contract. 3 years left at $1.6 million, you know? I wanted 1 year left, and LaRose, McClements, Sabatka, they all bring that, so it's nice. Alright, so what we have to do in this video is basically just all the finishing touches. I do want to make just a few more trades because I want as many first and second round picks as we can get this year. And there's still players on our team that we can move. And also, last but not least, we also have to get a backup goalie that I'm just going to sign through free agency. There was a good enough one in free agency. Rick DiPietro, you guys were saying try him out. I'll give DiPietro the chance here in San Jose. But before we do that, let's just trade away some of these players that we know we're not going to use. Maybe that have more than 1 year left on their deal. You can usually find a team with 2 open spots. So hang on. 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. Oh, I don't need to trade anyone in the center. But nope, don't need to trade anyone there. Left wingers. Havlat's got to go. So we got to get rid of Havlat. And, you know, we'll just try to find a team that wants Havlat. Here we go. Vancouver wants Havlat, but too much money. I got to find a team that can afford him. The Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah, the Tampa Bay Lightning will take him. And they want to give up draft picks. Okay. They don't have any space for them, though. Let's try to find a team that wants them, can afford them, and has space. Because then I can, I don't have to add anything else to the deal. I can help it go through a little bit easier. Rangers, nope. They have too full. Their rosters. Havlat, Los Angeles, no. Well, maybe. It might work for Los Angeles. No. I was thinking the cap might be low enough. Detroit, nope. I think I'm going to have a tough time trading him with this cap anyways. No, I'm going to have to get a player back. All right, so let's try that again from Tampa Bay. Let's see if there's any players that we can snag up here. Oh, there's plenty. Yeah. Now, we'll just get the worst guy with 1 year left. $5.5 million for a cap. Yeah, there you go, Landry. All right, so Havlat for Landry on a first. Let's see. Well, that's... Don't worry about that trade value. It's like a glitch in this game. It's not actually that trade value. It's that trade value. You see how it's a lot lower than that? I'm just trying to see. Would that go through and get that? No, I don't even think that would get that. I'd have to add in something else here. No, there's nothing I can add in, though. I don't want to waste too much time doing this. Now, I want to keep those seconds. The second-round picks could be good this year. I think I could trade away my second-round pick, though. Yeah, because that pick is going to be like 60-something. I think I could trade that away. Maybe, but then I'm giving up a second. And yeah, I can do that because I want firsts. Yeah, I'll give up the second. Basically, just Havlat and a second to move up that second to become a first. Yeah, I would do that. All right, well, if this doesn't go through, then I'll just get the second and maybe a third from Tampa Bay. All right, hopefully they say something about the salary cap. Then I can just rise that. So Havlat and a second for Tampa Bay's first. Will it go through? No, not quite. How about a fifth in there as well? Will it go through? No, okay. So I'm not going to be able to get a first back for Havlat. That's okay. It's not the end of the world because now I can get like a second and a third. All right, for Havlat. Hopefully. Let's see if it'll go through. Still not. If I had a fifth and a fourth in there, will it go through? There it is. Yeah, it's going to go through now. I just got to get the contract right. There you go. All right, so I withheld $200,000 from Martin Havlat. So we still have that $200,000 for the next 2 years, but that's not the end of the world. That'll free up some cap space. And now also we got two first-round picks, 1, 2, 3, 4 second-round picks, okay? And I'll show you guys why I want those first and second-round picks. Now, hang on. Before we do, let's just continue and trade some players away here. Nieto, 1 year, those two guys can stay. Right wingers. The guy with the 2 years I want to get out of here. All right? Yeah, 2 years. I know I'm not going to use him. There you go. And let's see if there's any defensemen as well with 2 years. Oh, there's a few. All right, so McWilliam, don't need this guy. So let's try to find a team that wants them or just wants one of them. Yeah, Phoenix Coyotes works. You know what? I don't even need to find a team that wants them. I just got to find a team that can take them both. Hang on. Let's quickly go through. There you go. New Jersey Devils. They don't really. Hang on. Let's see if I can find another team. New Jersey. I want to find a team that, yeah, there you go, LA. All right, I'm not going to get there first. I'll try for their second and their third, though, for these two guys. All right, and you can, yeah, 6th and a 5th from next year. So Hayes, McWilliam, and a 5th and a 6th for next year for LA's 2nd and 3rd. Will it go through? No, it did not. So 2nd and a 4th. I'll keep my 5th and a 6th. Will it go through? No. How about just a 2nd? No. All right, we'll just get the 3rd and the 4th. Still no. Holy shit, my GM rep is going to be going down. Are you kidding me? I didn't even get a 3rd for that? All right, I'll get my 4th, whatever. My GM rep probably hurt from that, whatever. All right, that's enough. That's enough of that trading. I got my draft picks that I wanted. All right, so hopefully my GM rep, it's probably gone down a little bit, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. Year 1, I just want to, I want to make sure that I can trade with as many phones as I possibly can when the time comes, right? So yeah, -7 GM reputation right there for those trades. That's all right. It's not the end of the world. I'll stop making trades right now. Once we start winning some games, we'll get back on track for that GM rep. It's not the end of the world. All right. So we'll get to the line changes. First, I want to show you guys the I want to show you the scouting reports, just so you guys can see the scouts or the players that are available in the draft this year, and the guys who are supposedly supposed to go in the top 10 from the beginning of the year, right? So you got 3 top. Ooh, so there's only 3 top 5 skaters, which means that there's 2 top 5 goalies. Now, usually the goalies that go in the top 5 are usually pretty good. With the new roster updates that they did, you know, you'll see like 4.5 Green Star goalie potential or 5 Green Star potential goalie. So this guy, this Ville Husso guy, I've never seen him, so expect him to be a pretty good goalie. Ty Edmonds, I think I've seen him before. He could only be 3.5 or 4 star or 4 gold star potential, or 4 green star potential, right? So you got 2 goalies there. Don't know if I want to get one of them. And then Sam Reinhart, Aaron Ekblad, Andre Burakovsky, Roland McCowan, Nikita Sherbak, all right? These guys are going in the top 10, all right? But what I'm looking for is the second-round picks. I want to get as high up on this list as we can, but I don't know if that's going to happen with the St. Louis and the San Jose pick that we have in the first round. But the second-round picks, right, starting right here, I mean, you got Jake Vertanen, Nylander, you guys were saying he's a good guy. Matt Misteel, he's a good player. Bennett, he's got good potential. I think Fleury's got good potential. Wenberg might have good. Joshua Hosang, D'Angelo, all right, McCann. All these guys down here in the second round have like 3.5 or 4 star potential. A lot of these guys. Goldobin, there's a few more. McCarron, I think I've seen his 3.5 star potential. Hayden, unless I've already said a Hayden. All right. You guys were saying this Honka guy. I don't know about him, but he does look like a new name. All right, and then all these other guys getting down to the 3rd and 4th round. But what I'm saying is this first round, this first year, is very important that we pick up as many second-round picks as we can. So I'll even be looking at that when we get to the trade deadline and the trade day. I mean the draft day. All right. But to start off, what we're going to do is just scouting assignments. I think I've already done this, but we'll just do it again. 6 weeks, we're going to go the OHL, WHL, QMJHL for forwards and defense, all right? All right, so there's that done. Now, line changes. Let's edit our lines for the upcoming year, and then we can finally start this. So we got everybody on the team, right? Pretty sure we got. You know what? Let me just take a quick drink. There we go. That's much better. All right, so you guys are saying do not waste Joe Thornton on the wing. He's got 90 for faceoffs. It's not going to hurt Logan Couture if you put him on the wing. It won't stunt his growth. So even though Logan Couture's got a faceoff rating of 80, right? San Jose's got a really good faceoff taking team, it looks like. Pavelski's got a faceoff rating of 80 as well, yeah. So I'll agree with that. We'll go with Joe, Logan Couture, and Brett Burns on the first line, okay? Second line will be Pavelski, Marleau, and then Hurdle. So maybe Hurdle will be helped out with Patrick Marleau on that second line, just a tad. All right, third line's going to be Sabatka, Kennedy. What's Kennedy's face-off rating? Let's see here. 70, yeah, he can play on the left side. And then Wingos can play on the right side. And then Jay McClements, Fraser McLaren, and Chad LaRose on the fourth line. Yeah, that works out for me. Defense, Vlasic, Shattenkirk, Demers, Boyle, and Irwin and Braun. Yep. Power play, Joe, Logan Couture, and I'm not going to split up the power play lines. All right, I'm going to keep Patrick Marleau on the second because if you remember back to Quebec City, when we got that second line going with Barkov, Nordgren, and Mantha, they were able to get 60, 65, 70 points a season. So I want to really get those two lines going, and then hopefully that will help out Thomas Hertl on the second line as well, right? Because if we go like this, maybe that second line power play isn't as good, and that weighs it down a little bit. But if you spread it out, maybe you get some more depth goal scoring. So we'll try this to start. But we can always move Marleau back up to the first line power play if it doesn't start to work, all right? We're going to go with Shattenkirk and Boyle, Vlasic and Irwin, or should it be Demers? No, Demers was a defensive defenseman, right? Yeah, we'll go with Irwin. Or, no. I was going to say if we had that seventh forward that was really good, that was playing on the third line, we could go with Brett Burns as a point guy because he was a point guy. Well, he was a forward, then a point guy, back to being a forward. So, we could do that. But for right now, we'll leave him on the forward position. All right, four-man power play. Logan Couture with Joe Thornton and Pavelski with Marleau. Yeah, that works out. And here is actually where I can do my little move. Brett Burns with Vlasic, Pavelski, Marleau, and Joe Thornton with Couture, Boyle, and Shattenkirk. All right? Penalty kill. Now, here was the interesting one. I was thinking, should we be putting our top six on the penalty kill? Or should we be giving the penalty kill to guys like Sabatka, McClements, Wingles, and Kennedy, right? But I don't know. We had pretty good success. If we have injuries on, I definitely want to, put the guys on the bottom six on here. But you know what? With injuries off, I think you might as well just use these guys. They all have really good defensive categories with a really good face-off rating. Even Logan Couture. Let's see. Yeah, I don't even think I should use Vladimir Sabatka. Well, we'll try it out like this. We'll go Big Joe, Logan Couture. Not Boyle with Vlasic. Shattenkirk with Vlasic. And then Demers with Irwin. All right, we'll take off Boyle there a little bit. Where's Irwin? There you go. Demers and Irwin, all right? So Pavelski with McClements instead of Brett Burns or, Thomas Hertl. We'll just go with Jay McClements in there. Three-man penalty kill, Joe Thornton and Logan Couture. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Vlasic on the left, Shattenkirk, Demers, and Irwin. Where's Irwin? There he is. 4-on-4 lines. Thornton, Marleau. No, Marleau down the second line. Logan Couture, Pavelski. There you go. And then Brett Burns and Thomas Hertl. Yeah. Brett Burns. There you go. And Thomas Hertl. Where is he? Hertl, where are you? There you go. All right, then Irwin and Braun. Demers, Shattenkirk. No, Shattenkirk with Vlasic. Boyle with Demers. Yeah, that works out. And then the extra attacker, Joe and Logan Couture. Yeah, I want those two guys to get the ice time. Even though they're on the same line, I still want those two guys. Then goalie, Niemi, and we need to sign the free agent goalie. That's what we're going to do next before we start. And then Big Joe, Logan Couture, Marleau, Pavelski. We'll go with Logan, Marleau, Joe, Pavelski, Shattenkirk, sure. And then there you go. All right, AHL, I'm just going to go best lines, make sure all the top-notch prospects are getting time. Yeah, Nieto's only our top-notch prospect. He's getting first-line time, so we don't need to touch Worcester. The Worcester Sharks, I got to remember that. All right, so we are pretty much good to go right now. Free agency, let us just get that one backup goalie that we wanted. All right, and then you know what? We got $6 million. I might want to actually just sign some depth right here. So we'll get Rick DiPietro. There you go. I'll give him 1.65 for 1 year. Now let's just see if there's any defensive depth that we could sign for like a two-way deal, right? Like Kubina, Foster, Eaton. These guys, just in case when the playoffs come around, because I do expect us to be a playoff team. Yeah, this one guy up here, where was it? 36. Yeah, Pavel Kubina. He's got decent defensive awareness. And two-way deal, yeah, I'll sign him. The reason I want to do this is just in case we run into some injuries. I'll get these guys who are ready, not ready to play, but like high 70s. Because we really don't have much. Let me just go through. All right, looks like the best I can get here is like an 81 overall for defensive awareness. 82, there you go, Mark Eaton. He's 36. No, he might get worse. Steve Evinger, we'll just get him. All right. Again, hopefully we don't have to use these players at all. But just in case. I'm not going to sign anybody that's got a one-year deal. I mean, a one-way deal. Just these two-way deals, all right? So, O'Reilly. There you go. Let's get 3 of these forwards here. 32 years old. No. There's not really a lot of great players to choose from here. Yeah, I'll just get these two guys, whatever. Frolov. There you go, 700. And, yeah, Jeff Taff. There you go. All right. Probably never going to use those guys, but just in case, we'll get them on the team. All right. So let us, yeah, we'll go with simulation. Let me just blow my nose here 1 second. All right. That's much better. So we got Taff, O'Reilly. Oh, the full roster. What the hell? Oh, it's because all these other guys. Right. All right. So we don't have a, I thought I traded some players, but I guess we still have a full roster. That's fine. Well, we have the depth that we need. It's probably going to be really low depth, but at least we got a few players there now. All right, so for defense, we got Kubina, Eminger, Petrecki, all right, who are 75 and above for depth, which is decent. And forwards, Tafe, Brown, Kearns, McCarthy, Nieto. Not really the greatest depth offensively, especially if one of our top 6 go down in the playoffs. It's not looking the greatest, all right? So we're going to have to run that risk, but whatever. All right, so we've already got all the line changes. We've got all the AHL. Don't need to edit the AHL lines anymore, even if those, actually, you know what, those guys just got. I should probably play them. Make sure that they don't get any worse. Yeah. All right, so hang on. AHL, best lines. Nieto is still, yeah, Nieto's still up there, but now you got the other guys in there as well. So that'll make our AHL team slightly better. Now, we're 16 minutes into this. Don't worry. I know you guys want to see some simulating. We're going to get some simulating done. We'll get the first month of simulating done, so hang on. Let's just switch over here. All right, that's much better. And one more thing I just forgot. I forgot to, what's his face? Put Rick DiPietro up on our team. That's what I forgot to do. All right, so goalies. There he is. DiPietro, get up here, stay locked, get back down there. Last but not least, final thing. All right, DiPietro, boom, boom, Niemi and DiPietro. So we actually do have not a great goalie core, but you know what, DiPietro, 81 overall, that's not bad. It's not bad. If he can just go above 500 on the season for us, because he'll get a good 15 starts, right? Just go above 500, and that's all I need. So let's start up the year 1 simulation with the San Jose Sharks. We'll do the first month of simulating. We'll see what we have here in San Jose. I mean, there should not be any doubt. Blah, blah, blah. There should not be any doubt about the playoff bound San Jose Sharks, all right? If we don't make the playoffs, I don't know what the hell is the problem with this team. We should be a playoff team. Our top 6 is beautiful, all right? Don't worry if we start to lose some games early on in the season. I don't buy all that. I think that no matter what, after 82 games, especially with only being 14 teams in the Western Conference, we definitely should be one of the top 8 that make the playoffs, all right? Don't worry about the bad start or anything like that. The only thing I have to question is our goaltending. I wonder how Niemi's going to stand up. Even though I made him slightly better, I turned him into an 85 overall, so he's a starting goalie, just to make the San Jose Sharks a little bit better when we did the full roster update. I don't know. I just don't know about him yet. Because when I do my own personal GM mode sometimes, it's like hit or miss with the San Jose Sharks. Sometimes they're a great team, but also sometimes they get a top 5 pick in year 1. It's weird. I don't know what it's all about. Not getting off to the greatest start, 3-2-2, but again, early. If my poise, what's it called, theory. Remember going back to poise, the better the poise, the later the season the players start to play, right? If that's true, then we're basically going to be a late performer. All of our players have really good poise. Veteran players up the wazoo here on San Jose. Our oldest being Dan Boyle. I was actually thinking about trading Dan Boyle, but you know what? You need that offensive defenseman on this team, and we don't have it other than Dan Boyle, and I'm not going out to trade for it. We need to draft a young offensive defenseman. Those are the best guys to draft, along with the snipers, because they're young, they get good, and they produce. Offensive defensemen really do produce. So hang on a sec. So we just did the OHL for 6 weeks. Yeah, there it is. We'll do QMJHL for 6 weeks. All right. And I want to keep an eye on my GM tracker. And, oh my God, -20 for GM reputation. What did I do now? Probably signing those players or doing something. Who knows? So we're probably going to run into cell phone problems unless I have a really good year 1 where we make the playoffs, we win some hardware. That'll bring that GM rep back around, back on the right side where I want it. All right, so hang on 1 second here. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. So we got the first month of simulating done. We're up here at November 2013, and not the greatest start, but you know what? It looks like a playoff-bound team. 7-4-2. Just keep playing like that. We will be a playoff-bound team. Let's see where we sit right now in the Western Conference. Third in the Pacific Division. All right, and yeah, I mean, we're fine. It's still very early on in the season. And you know what? I want to get 2 months of simulating done in this video, and I don't really see the need to make any line changes just yet. So let's get 1 more month of simulating done. Then I will take a look at the team stats, the progress reports, the individual player stats for the players during the course of these 2 months, and then you guys can go nuts with what changes we need to make, or if we just keep it the same, right? But 1 month is just a little bit too short to make any long-term adjustments for this team. I want to see how they really play over the long course of time. The first month is just not enough. It's kind of scaring me, though, man. That 5, like, yeah, there you go. Get some wins, man. I don't want to have to be making trades on this team already. I already made some big-time trades, trading away young prospects like Mirko Mueller, all right? I want to make sure that they're the right moves. Years 1 and 2, we have to be a playoff-bound Stanley Cup contender. Nothing short of that will be acceptable. Nothing short of that. We're in the Western Conference. We can dominate. And Big Joe, he's pulling it together. 11 assists for 11 wins. He's a point-a-game player so far. That's pretty good. Oh, Big Joe. Big Joe Thornton, he's tearing it up. He's above a point-a-game player. That's why we're not trading Big Joe. There you go. All right, we're starting to win some games now. Hell yeah, that's what I like to see. All right, so that's what I'm talking about the first month. I didn't want to make any changes just yet. We can easily start to turn it on. We have the players, we have the goal scoring, and hopefully we have the goaltending. I'm pretty sure we have the defensive core. I know next year we'll have the defensive core, no doubt, because our bottom 4 defense, like Demers, Braun, Irwin, and who's that other guy? There's another guy in there. I'm still getting used to these guys, but all of them, I wouldn't say they jump up like tremendously, but I think all of them are going to get a slight bump. And, you know, that'll only help out the team. And Shattenkirk, you know, hopefully he turns into a top 2 defenseman by the end of the year. If he has a lot of points, and that's the way we've positioned him on this team, you know, first line time, first line power play time. If he gets a lot of points, hopefully he turns into the top 2 defenseman. So you got Shattenkirk, Vlasic, and then your bottom 4, which all got better, right? Oh, that's why it's what's his name? It's Boyle. So we're still gonna have to actually make a trade for another defenseman eventually. That's not the end of the world. All right, so we're at the end of the second month, and we turned it on. I think we only lost like 1 game in that. Yeah. So basically, when we did the second month, we started off with a loss, but then win-win, win-win. A loss, win-win. All right, so we only lost 2 games in that month. Pretty good month for the San Jose Sharks. 18-6-2. Right now we sit, where are we? First in the Pacific Division and second in the Western Conference. 1 point behind the Nashville Predators. All right, and 1 point behind the Montreal Canadiens in the Eastern Conference. There, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so what do we want to check first? I just was thinking, should we check these? No, we don't need to check these. We'll just check the team stats and the individual stats, all right? So, team standings. All right. So, goals for per game. Where are we? All right, so 12th in the NHL with 2.73. Goals against per game, 2.35. 8th in the NHL. So, decent stats. All right, could improve in both categories, though. Power play percentage, 19.6%. That's pretty good. So, our power play is clicking. Penalty kill percentage, 14th in the NHL. Now remember, we got Big Joe, Logan Couture, and there's somebody else in there. There's another Pavelski, right? Yeah, Pavelski killing off the penalty. Should we switch that to our bottom 6, our grinders, McClement, and all that stuff, right? Because our penalty kill could be improved. Shorthanded goals, home record 10-2-1, away record 8-4-1, last 10 9-1-0. Not too shabby. Alright, so then player stats. Hang on a second here. Alright, so forwards. Big Joe, he's leading our team with 29 points in 26 games played. Pretty good. Patrick Marleau, 22 points, 26 games. Could be a little bit better, but remember, Patrick Marleau is on the second line. 5-on-5 and power play. So we're only looking for 65-plus points out of Patrick Marleau. And he looks like he's on pace for that. He's also got the 10 goals already, which is also good. All right, so Patrick Marleau is doing fine. Logan Couture could be doing a little bit better. Pavelski's doing fine. Brett Burns could be doing a lot better, actually, on that first line. And Thomas Hertl is doing fine as well, okay? So you guys can weigh in right there. Plus, minus. There you go. Yeah, First line is kind of it's like it's all over the place actually. I don't know what to make of that. We're winning games though, so I don't really want to mess with anything. Defenseman, let's see, points. Vlasic with 14, Shattenkirk with 12, Boyle with 10. All right. I'm just trying to gauge their point per season total. It's a little bit early to tell, but yeah, these three guys look like they're on pace for not 40-point seasons, but close to it, especially if they turn it on right late. And then goaltenders, let's see what Niemi's doing for us. 2.15 goals against average. DiPietro's 4-1-1. That's pretty good. Niemi is 14-6-0 and save percentage of 92.83 and 1 shutout. So Niemi's doing good. It's kind of hard to tell what's exactly giving us our success right now, but I think it's just a combination of everybody. We have a little bit of everything, and it's all coming together. It's just my initial what's it called? Determination on this team. We're definitely a playoff-bound team. Whether we're a President's Trophy winning team, that remains to be seen. But over the course of a long season, we're definitely going to get our fair share of wins, just based on the players that we have. And also progress reports. Let's see if anybody has changed here. Attributes modified. Wingles has gone up by 1. That's it. AHL hasn't been touched. Goalies, nope. And NHL, no. All right, so there you go. There is the end of this video. We're going to stop it right there. Next video, we will try to maybe get up to the trade deadline all the way. Yeah, we'll try to go to the trade deadline. But if you guys have any suggestions on any line changes, any trades that we could make, go nuts in the comments. But I think for right now, we got a pretty good team. The trades that we made in the offseason or before the beginning of the year, they were the trades, and those are the players that we wanted to take the team all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals, right? So I don't want to make any crazy trades. I don't want to be making any crazy moves. I want to find the combination of the lines that I like and that I feel confident with, and that we just keep together for the whole year and for next year as well, right? Remember, we're building the team for this year and really strong for next year, because next year is going to be the last year we can really do it with the veteran players, right? So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know, and I will see you in the next video.